They're off. Broken a good line too. Hasta La Quista on the outside and Culnura the best to begin. The heavily backed Electronic Magic up looking for the lead. Newcastle Knight is not very far away, and the same for Royal Integrity. Planticeps followed by Princeton. Second last is He's Tough Enough, and dropping out to last Vanishing Powder. They race past the 750. Culnura leads narrowly from Hasta La Quista. Electronic Magic a half between the leaders. Two further back is Royal Integrity followed by Planticeps, and then Newcastle Knight. About 5 lengths further off is He's Tough Enough. Second last is Princeton, and 2 lengths to Vanishing Powder as they commence the run around the home corner approaching the 400. And Culnura the inside, narrowly clear from Electronic Magic and a Hasta La Quista, and 2 lengths to Planticeps and a couple Royal Integrity, and Newcastle Knight is on the extreme outside. Electronic Magic is not going on with it. It's in reverse, and Culnura race right away with what should be a winning lead. Culnura put 5 Planticeps and then Newcastle Knight, but he is rewarded for consistency today, Culnura. He gives his rivals a bath. Culnura effortlessly from Planticeps, Royal Integrity third, and fourth was Newcastle Knight, followed by He's Tough Enough, and then Vanishing Powder, Hasta La Quista, and Princeton, and the very heavily backed Electronic Magic at the tail of the field.
Number 2, Culnura, 9.30, 2.20, 10 Planticeps, 5.70, 4 Royal Integrity, 1.90.
That horse has come in from about 11 to 2. They bet fleetingly 11 to 2, Electronic Magic. It would have ended up around 2 to 1. And you've heard where it's finished. It looked to have every conceivable chance. Goodness me. Anyway, as I said in the call, this horse has been rewarded for consistency, Culnura. Stand by for placings. Number 2, Culnura, showing $8.70 for the win and $2.10 for the place. By Mukadama from Pomp and Glitter, trained by Wade Slinkard for the Woodhouse family. HD, Mrs. NJ, Ms. LJ, DB, NW, and Mrs. B. Woodhouse. Now the numbers, they're having a problem getting them through on the infield screen to the winner. 10 is second, 4 is third, and 3 is fourth. Thanks, Greg. Problem on the infield.
And away they go. Nordica missed it about a length from the outside, and Tina's Debut missed it about 4 lengths, and Happy Bird was getting back. First out, Manahai Miss from Gold Change, and Orford Court quickly going up on the outside. 2 further back, Levity. In trouble there, Just Harmony. Speedway Girl working forward around the outside, and Nordica's picking up pace. Further back, the Natural Tycoon from CCL. Just Harmony now 3 up. 2 to Randy's Sister, and further back over on the inside, Barossa Plume. 1.5, Happy Bird, and further back, Tina's Debut last of all. Down the hill, Speedway Girl up on the outside of Gold Chains. They're 2.5 to Nordica, who's recovered to get up to third on the outside of Orford Court, running fourth. 2 lengths further back, Manahai Miss and Levity. 4 lengths then to Natural Tycoon, Just Harmony, CCL, Randy's Sister. Further back, Barossa Plume, Happy Bird second last, and Tina's Debut last of all. In the straight, Gold Change 2 in front now from Speedway Girl. Nordica on the outside, let down as after this leader from Orford Court. But Gold Change on the fence has got away. 2.5, 3 in front now from Orford Court. Manahai Miss dipped and nearly fell. Then Natural Tycoon, but Gold Change 2 in front. Orford Court, the only danger, starting to close. And out very deep, CCL from last down the outside. Gold Change a length in front of Orford Court, and CCL and Gold Change run nearly a length to Orford Court. A neck away third, right out past the middle is CCL. A gap in the race further back then came Natural Tycoon. Manahai Miss lucky to stay on its feet in the straight from Barossa Plume, Happy Bird. Nordica didn't finish off, followed by Speedway Girl. Then well back, Tina's Debut with Just Harmony, who was in trouble early from Levity, and near the tail is Randy's Sister.
Number 3, Gold Change, $15.80 and $4.90. 8 Orford Court at $7. 4 CCL at $2.
Number 3, Gold Change to pay $16.70, $4.80. Number 8, Oxford Court to return $4.70, and number 4 CCL at $2.10. Please note the Sydney track now good. Sydney track has just been upgraded from dead to good.
Okay, numbers here 3, 8 and 4. 3, 8, 4 to the opening race here, and Gold Change up on the speed over on the inside, sharing the lead with Speedway Girl, skipping when they turned for home and setting up a winning break. Orford Court had worked its way into the race, and it was starting to close just for about 2 or 3 bounds at the 100-metre mark. Looked as though it may make it a little bit serious, but its run finished about 50 or 60 out, and it's been beaten a length.
Time, it jumped nicely. time. It jumped nicely, La Destina, but it won't lead, of course. Oubladi is one of the early pilots with our Eeyore, and Latrice is right up there, followed by Biscuzoff, and then comes La Destina the inside. Second last is Sugar House, and 3/4 of a length to Among Men. It's going to be Latrice in front now. And at the end of 300 metres, Latrice a half length on Oubladi, 2.5 to our Eeyore, 3/4 La Destina. Racing on the inside of Biscuzoff, Sugar House next to last, and about a half length Among Men. Only about 7 lengths between the 7 runners inside the 1,000 marker, and Latrice in front, anxious to go faster, out by 3/4 of a length on Oubladi. Third is our Eeyore, fourth La Destina locked away, followed by Sugar House making some ground. Biscuzoff is back to second last, and a length and a half to Among Men. Working to the side of the track, it's a packed field, and at the 700 now, it's our Eeyore, the rider on same. Brian York wasn't happy with the speed being established by the rider of Latrice, Rodney Quinn, so our Eeyore shot around the outside, but Latrice kicked up, and so too in the centre did Oubladi. So our Eeyore's pratted on a limb, and La Destina now is hooking to the outside and coming around the 3 leaders, followed a length further back by Among Men. In the straight, 300 metres left to go, and our Eeyore just in front of Latrice. La Destina trying valiantly on the outside and is making a darn good fist of it too at the 200, and La Destina raced up to hit the front from on the inside Latrice, and then comes our Eeyore, but it's all La Destina, owned by Fruit and Veggie man Nick Moratis on Fruit and Veggie Day at the Gardens, and it's La Destina, the favourite, winning convincingly from Latrice, or on the outside our Eeyore, and then Among Men, followed home by Sugar House. Biscuzoff at a distant last was Oubladi.
La Destina gets the cabbage there, 250 and 160. Second to 3, Latrice, 240, 2 our Eeyore, no third.
Top Fruit and Veggie men in the whole of the Southern Hemisphere. And of course he owns La Destina, and on this Fruit and Veggie Day, the Sydney Markets Day at Rosehill Gardens, and his horse has been able to win, and win it comfortably. Number 1 the winner, number 3 is second, and number 2 is third. So the winner has paid 230 and 160, number 3 second at 290, and no third for number 2. And La Destina is trained on the track by Jack Denham, and of course watching those colours that Jimmy wore on La Destina, white, grey sash, pink striped sleeves and grey cap, and with Nick owning and Jack training, brings back memories of the great might and power. Number 1.
And they came out in a good line with Leading Bounty and Centrix first to break the line here from Pass Master and Relax with Max. And Noble Ben Bar and King Zep were getting back over the first. Bright Spot didn't handle it too well. Centrix out in the middle, just in front now. Stacey Jones working forward with Deck Chairs and Marlborough Wider out. Relax with Max and Pass Master poking up in the middle. 2 to Leading Bounty, a length and a half to Bright Spot as they go to the second. About 3 behind those is King Zap, who's back last. Up on the inside of him now, Noble Ben Barra. Coming towards the third along the back now, and the leader is Marlborough going up on the outside. The favourite, he takes over Marlborough, handled it well and moved a length and a half in front now. 2 lengths to Centrix and a length and on the outside Deck Chairs. Stacey Jones is back on the inside as they approach the fourth. He's running fourth at the moment. Though Bright Spot's gone around him, Stacey Jones. They're followed by Leading Bounty, and back behind them Pass Master, a length and a half Relax with Max, and 3 to Noble Ben Barra and King Lap on the outside of it. At the 800 metre mark in the first round, they've gone over 4, 8 flights to go, and he puts the brakes on Marlborough in front. A length and a half in front of Centrix, and a length further back in the race third is Deck Chairs and Bright Spots on the outside of him. A half to a length further back in the race, and Stacey Jones. They've dropped the pace. A half to Leading Bounty, 2 lengths to Pass Master, 1 King Lap and Relax with Max. Noble Ben Barra ridden patiently back at the tail. 3 flights to get over into the home straight. They've got 2,300 metres to go, and Marlborough carts them into the home running at the 400 metre mark with over a lap to go in the Australian hurdle. He's 2 lengths in front and inclined to pull. Second is Centrix as they go to the first of 3. Gave the leader his head, and he handled it well and moved 3 lengths in front. Again, he takes hold. Second Centrix, a length for the back Deck Chairs, covering up Stacey Jones, and 2 to Bright Spot on the outside. Second one up the straight inside the 200. Marlborough hopped over it like a cat in front. Landed on his feet about 3.5 in front of Centrix, and 2 to Deck Chairs on the outside of Stacey Jones. At the winning post with a lap to go. 2 to Bright Spot, 2 to Leading Bounty, 3 to King Lap, Relax with Max, Pass Master, and Noble Ben Barra last of all. At the 1,800 metre flight, and he took off early. Marlborough got away with it though. Landed well. 2 lengths in front now from Centrix and a half to Deck Chairs. Stacey Jones parked fourth on the inside of Bright Spot and Leading Bounty. A length into King Lap from Pass Master, and Noble Ben Barra moving up on the outside of Relax with Max. Inclined to get off the fence a little, Marlborough. He slowed them right up as they go to the back and heading towards the 1,500 metre mark. 5 flights out now. Marlborough 3/4 in front from Deck Chairs, a length to Centrix. Then leading Bounty has gone up outside. Stacey Jones over on the inside now. Bright Spot running 6th. Then came King Lap to the outside with Noble Benbara. 2 to Relax with Max and Pass Master down the back. Marlborough handled it well. Nearly a length in front on the outside. Deck Chairs from Centrix leading Bounty. They're bunched to the 1,200. A length further back than Stacey Jones. Noble Benbara going forward from King Lap as they fly the next. A half length further back, Bright Spot. 4 lengths further back, Pass Master, and last of all is Relax with Max. Off the back, 1,000 to go. Marlborough's dictated his own terms out in front. Let go at that and jumped it well. 3 lengths in front, and King Lap's down. King Lap has gone, and Marlborough led 3 off the back from leading Bounty. 2 lengths further back is Noble Benbara from Stacey Jones getting a wriggle on at the 800. 2 to Centrix, 4 lengths further back, Deck Chairs. Bright Spot dropping out from Pass Master. Coming down with about 700 to go. 2 flights out. Marlborough 2 lengths in front of leading Bounty. Stacey Jones is making ground, getting up on the inside. To the outside, Noble Benbara and 5 lengths to Centrix. 2 flights out, 550 out. Marlborough a length and a half in front of leading Bounty. Going for a run between them now, Stacey Jones. He gets off the fence after the leader and Noble Benbara wider out. 2 flights out, 350 out. Marlborough, Stacey Jones and Noble Benbara. Over the second last they go. Stacey Jones is down. Stacey Jones is down. Marlborough and Noble Benbara. 1 flight out. Come away with a great battle coming up. Noble Benbara and Marlborough coming again. Here's the last flight. They come to it. Marlborough jumped it well. Landed a neck in front. Noble Benbara comes at him again. Noble Benbara got his nose in front of Marlborough, who fights back. Marlborough coming again with Noble Benbara. They hit the line. Heads up and down. Or maybe Noble Benbara nose to Marlborough. Nothing in it. 4 away third is Centrix. Then a gap to Bright Spot. Further back in the race, Pass Master leading Bounty. Then came to the outside, Deck Chairs, Relax with Max. Stacey Jones down at the second last, and there's another riderless one here. That's King Lap. King Lap went down the back, and Stacey Jones, looking a winning chance, has gone down at the second last. And what's got it? Number 3, Marlborough, the inside.
3 home at 2.10 and 1.30 Marlborough. Number 5 Noble Benbara at $1.80 and 8 Centrix at 3.10.
The inside's got it here, Marlborough.
Number 3, Marlborough, to return 2.20 and 1.30. 5 Noble Benbara, 1.70 at 8. Centrix to pay 3.40.
Back 3, 5 and 8 to race number 2.
That's correct weight at the coast on race 1 on 4.19.10.
And we have Tote Sydney.
And away in a good line too. Immediately Yellow Breeze dropped out last, and Capitalism the favourite, just the leader. Valley Warrior giving her a run in the early stages, and soon after Valley Warrior draws a half. Capitalism, 2.5 Space Prince, Bantana Boy hunted hard. Then King of Acapulco around Expertise, 2 Poetic Baron on the outside of Yellow Breeze, 2.5 Prince Sienna, 3/4 the outer Triplo. As they come down the side, they're almost racing in pairs here. Valley Warrior, 3/4 Capitalism, 2.5 to Bantana Boy, Space Prince, King of Acapulco. Then comes Expertise, a length Yellow Breeze and Poetic Baron, followed by Triplo, and last of all is Prince Sienna. Valley Warrior the leader onto the bend. They've got 500 left to travel. Valley Warrior a half length on the very heavily back Capitalism, and 2.5 to King of Acapulco. Triplo went very wide as they straighten, and Moses shot away on Capitalism and down to the 300. The filly by Royal Academy. Capitalism put 3 lengths on King of Acapulco, followed on the inside Valley Warrior, then Poetic Baron at Expertise, but it's Capitalism down to the 100 metres, 2.5 clear. Poetic Baron on the outside is coming home pretty well. Capitalism is getting tired. She's hanging on. Expertise flying too late. Capitalism makes it 4 straight in beating Expertise and Poetic Baron, and then came Prince Sienna, followed by Yellow Breeze. Triplo made up many lengths and went via the Cape on the home corner. King of Acapulco knocked up, then Space Prince, Valley Warrior, and tailed right off was Bantana Boy. Stand by for placings after race number 3 here at the Gardens. Capitalism has done it again. 4 in a row to her, and she's paid $2.40 the win and $1.50 the place.
2.40, 1.30 on Super Tab. 11 Expertise for second to return a place dividend there of $2.10, and 3 for third Poetic Baron, $3.70.
90, and number 3 will be third, and that's Poetic Baron, and his dividend will be $4.10, 9.11.3. Now the officials winning double to trainer Jack Denham today. Capitalism prepared by Jack for Mr. J.L. Thompson. A nice bay filly, a 3-year-old by Royal Academy from World Party, a Salieri mare, and She's been a good producer. Kevin Moses, the winning rider, second placing going to number 11. Expertise, a Procol Harum gelding from Miss Collins, trained by John Hawkes and ridden by Larry Cassidy. And number 3, third, Poetic Baron by Royal Troubadour C. Alley, Max Lees, Len Beasley. The fourth was number 4, and that was Triplo, who ran a pretty good race there, Triplo. Doesn't win a hell of a lot, though, by the same token, but he went very, very wide on the home corner, but he got home well. Triplo wasn't a bad run, really, and it was his second run back, so he might be one that you could keep in mind for the future. But the winner has tired a little in the last 100, still had a half length to spare on the line. Half a length, the neck.
Stalls are back and they're off and running, and they've come out in a good line. Snow Court going back after the start. Brave Rancho first to break the line, with Noble Dane pushing forward from the outside. Yasser is prominent when they go down to the winning post now. He's got the whip on Brave Rancho to keep the lead. Noble Dane goes on the outside up second, a length and a half to Yasser third. All Made Up is going to go back on the inside now. Patiro Way and Awesome Rule is 3 out. A length and a half further back, Snow Court, Salinan. Bow Led further back in the race, Rashid, followed by Broadway Ballad and Ocean Law the inside. Brave Rancho to the 1600 metre mark, nearly a length in front. Noble Dane second outside at 2 to Yasser, and over on the inside All Made Up is running fourth. 2 to Awesome Rule, a length and a half Snow Court on the inside of Patiro Way. 2 lengths to Salinan, on the outside of it Bow Led. 1.5 further back is Broadway Ballad, outside at Rashid, and last of all on the inside Ocean Law. Heading down the back, and Noble Dane has taken the lead. This big fellow on the outside took up the running. 13.50 out and moved out 2.5 in front of Brave Rancho. 2 to Yasser, 2.5 All Made Up. 1 further back Awesome Rule. A length then to Snow Court on the inside of Patiro Way. 2.5 Saladin. A length further back is Bow Lead. On the outside there is Rashid, followed by Ocean Law. Broadway Ballad last of all, leaving the back straight, 1,000 to go. Noble Dane at an even tempo out in front by 2 lengths to Brave Rancho, a length and a half to Yasser. All Made Up's got up on the inside ahead away fourth, a length to Awesome Rule. Patero Way is tracking deep, and so too to the outside is Rashid. Over on the inside, Snow Court from Ocean Law, followed by Salinan. Second to last, but taking off Broadway Ballad, and last of all Bow Led. Coming down the hill, they race now towards the 750 metre mark. Noble Dane in front. Yasser making a move. Brave Rancho goes up to join it, and further out is Patiro Way. All Made Up is right behind them on the white cap, with Awesome Rule outside it, and Snow Court back to the fence. Noble Dane put under pressure, grabbed by Brave Rancho, and Yasser further out. All Made Up about to get out from Snow Court back to the fence, and further back Patiro Way. Yasser, Brave Rancho down at the 350, 2 lengths in front of All Made Up. Noble Dane dropped out, and further back then Patiro Way from Rashid, but it's Yasser getting its head in front of Brave Rancho. A good 3 lengths further back is All Made Up, but Yasser got clear, the 3-year-old. Broke clear, a length and a half, Brave Rancho. All Made Up, Awesome Rule, and out very deep as Rashid, but Yasser gets home 2.5 on the run home. Brave Rancho second, third's tight. All Made Up or out very deep on the track as Rashid. Behind them is Awesome Rule, and further back in the race then Broadway Ballad. Noble Dane didn't finish off from Snow Court. Then came Bow Led, well back Salinan, Patiro Way, and last of all is Ocean Law.
Number 5 Yasser, 441.70. 9 Brave Rancho, 310. 8 All Made Up at 250. Or
On the Super Tab, 5 Yasser to pay $431.80, 9 Brave Rancho $2.80, and 8 should get third All Made Up at $2.30. The other one in at 12, Rashid $4.90. Back to Brian.
Jason Patton. Second placing to number 9, and that is Brave Rancho, ridden by Craig Williams, and number 8 is hung on for third. Number 8 All Made Up. Numbers are 5, 9 and 8. 5, 9, 8. 5, 9, 8.
And repeating correct way to the coast on 113.16.
Correct. Triple SFM, Totes. You have...
Good dispatch it was too. Hard to find an early leader. Countershot is up there, and so's French Legend. Ken's Court and also the Mule's Brother, making a line of 4 from Starwood, Hula Hoop, Latin Bayer. Lacks the music making ground, then Zabwatch, Onslow Place, Black Sari, Zamalane. Then comes Passive Resistance, Shadow Waltz, and the New Zealander. And second pick Annotate. Second pick on the New South Wales tote at least is near enough to last. They go to the first corner, and York has taken the Mule's Brother to the lead. Starwood is travelling in second. Posse lacks the music third. French Legend over on the inside is next, a little over a length, the Countershot wide. Ken's Court is in the middle, Latin Bayer on the rails, and then comes Hula Hoop, Onslow Place a bit deep. From that wide alley, the extreme outside, Zabwatch is shuffled back on the inside. About a length further off is Annotate, Black Sari, Zamalane, Passive Resistance, and 2.5 lengths to Shadow Waltz. They race in the direction of the halfway marker. 1,000 metres coming up now, and the leader is the Mule's Brother Starwood, sitting at The quarters of the leader travelling third on the inside, French Legend. Followed by Lax the Music and Annotate and No Man's Land. A length and a half further back, Latin Bayer. Black Sari is going forward around the outside, followed closely by Ken's Court. And in that pack is Counter Shot, a length and a half to Onslow Place. And then comes Zab Watch as they race down the side of the course. About a length and a half further off is Hula Hoop. 2 lengths to Zamalane. And then on the outside is Shadow Waltz. And back at the tail now, Passive Resistance. Moving to the quarter. They've got 500 left to run. The Mules Brother shaken up about 3/4 of a length on Starwood. Lax the Music third. Old French Legend looking for the run, followed by Counter Shot. Latin Bayer and then Passive Resistance. Annotate. Something's dreadfully wrong with it. It's gone right back to be tailed off. They've caught the Mules Brother. Starwood put the nose in front for the Mules Brother, but now French Legend. It sees daylight and Counter Shot and Zabwatch. French Legend the leader. About 50 to go. Zabwatch is coming at French Legend. Zabwatch is doing the better. Zabwatch got up to beat French Legend. Shadow Waltz third from a wall. Onslow Place, Zamalane, Counter Shot, Latin Bayer and the Mules Brother. Then Ken's Court, followed by Starwood, Passive Resistance, Lax the Music, Hula Hoop. Last of the main division, Black Sari. And, obviously something radically wrong with the New Zealander Annotate. Had a very hard run throughout. Tailed right off Jimmy Cassidy, having a look down to the near side, to the offside. And the stewards will check out with the vet that horse. Okay, well...
Number 11, Zabwatch, $9.70 and $2.80. 14, French Legend for second, $8.90. And we'll stand by for third. That treble on 1,911. Healthy dividend of $146.40.
At night, 8:35 and about 10:45 on Racing Radio Headquarters 2KY. And Zabwatch has done the trick, and I'm sure plenty of you have followed Marilyn's tip. Number 11, Zabwatch, $9.60 and $2.70. Number 14 is second, and that is French Legend, has paid $8.40. And number 13, Shadow Waltz, in third spot, has paid $9. Quinella, $189.50. Trifecta, $4,296.20 with the exacta $409.30. 11:14.
A pretty good line too. One of the first out, Yo-Yo Joe from around the neck, and Cal's Tower the Grey going forward. Jagabar and Palace Symphony are nice and handy over the first of their fences, and Malice is starting to drift back. Up to the second they go. Cal's Tower and Palace Symphony go over it together. 2.5 in front now from around the neck, and Jagabar. Naruma Guy the outside. About 2 or 3 lengths to Wild Trista from Melos. Around the outside of it goes Knock It Off. Further back in the race, Lake Thor, and dropping out towards the tail, Summer Bay, and Yo-Yo Joe's gone back to the rear. Double coming down the side at about the 850 metre mark on the first round. Cal's Tower joined by Naruma Guy. 2.5 Palace Symphony. 2 further back is Around the Neck and Jagabar. 1.5 to Knock It Off, and then came Summer Bay, Lake Thor from Wild Trista Melos, and Yo-Yo Joe. After the first of 2 out on the side here, Cal's Tower and Naruma Guy at the outside. Go over that fence about 2 in front of Palace Symphony, and Jagabar nice and handy. Knock It Off is racing out wide, followed by Around the Neck back in the middle from Lake Thor. Here's the second of that double out very wide on the track, and they'll cut back towards the steeple lane and go over 5, coming down the straight on the first round. Cal's Tower and Neck in front. The Rumour Guy outside it, 2.5 further back is Knock It Off on the outside of Jagabar, and Palace Symphony and Wild Trista and Lake Thor are nearer the inside as they go to the first of 5. Melos behind those, followed by Yo-Yo Joe and Summer Bay, but very bunched the second one down the steeple lane. The Rumour Guy with Yo-Yo Joe and Melos both making awkward leaps of that one. The Rumour Guy in front of the third now, a length in front. Moving up, Jagabar second from Cal's Tower, Knock It Off, and then Around the Neck, followed by Wild Trista, Palace Symphony, shuffle back from Summer Bay, then Yo-Yo Joe from Melos, and last of all, Lake Thor. Coming to complete the last of 5 on the steeple lane in the first round on the Australian steeple, and it's Naruma Guy just running out a little, a half in front of Jagabar, and right behind them Around the Neck the middle. Wild Trista the fence from Palace Symphony now going up from Summer Bay. Knock It Off is out deep from Yo-Yo Joe. Cal's Tower's gone back from Melos the inside, and Lake Thor last of all. Going out onto the course proper now, and they'll face 2 more fences at the 1600 at the base of the hill, and Naruma Guy 2.5 in front, Around the Neck second. A neck the outside, Jagabar, 1 Wild Trista, Knock It Off deep around the outside of Palace Symphony and Summer Bay. A length and a half to Melos and Yo-Yo Joe. A length and a half Lake Thor, and 2 to Cal's Tower last of all. 1750 out. 2 fences at the base of the hill, and Naruma Guy will cart to them, and then they'll start the climb. Naruma Guy by a length and 3/4 to Around the Neck and Jagabar, while Trista's got up on the inside there of further back Palace Symphony and Summer Bay. 1.5 further back in the race then came Knock It Off. Now Malice is starting to improve at the double at the 1600 metre mark, and over that there go, and Naruma Guy a length in front from Around the Neck and Jagabar, and Malice has got up between runners there. On the outside of him looks to be Palace Symphony, the inside Wild Trista. 2 lengths further back is Summer Bay, 1.5 Lake Thor and Yo-Yo Joe. 5 lengths further back then Knock It Off has dropped right out. Back from where they started, a double on top of the hill, and Naruma Guy comes to it. Over that one he goes about 3/4 around the neck, and Malice and Wild Trista are right there. Jagabar the outside, a length and a half to Summer Bay as they complete that double. Then Lake Thor and 2 lengths Yo-Yo Joe, and forget about Knock It Off, and Cow's Towers behind him. Coming down the side now, they're on the flat again. 3 fences out in the Australian steeple, and the leader over on the inside here, Naruma Guy, is quickly tackled by Around the Neck, a length Palace Symphony. A length further back, Jagabar, 4th from Lake Thor on the outside of Malice. Malice about 3 lengths off them. 2 to Summer Bay, and further back in the race, and Wild Trista under the whip. Out towards the 800, 3 fences out. Naruma Guy from Around the Neck coming at him now. They're followed further back in the race by Lake Thor, Around the Neck, and Naruma Guy now from Jagabar out wider, and Malice behind those, and Lake Thor running on. Second last fence coming up now, Around the Neck over and in front of Jagabar. They're followed by Yo-Yo Joe, Lake Thor, Malice under a lot of pressure, and Naruma Guy is battling on. Around the Neck just in front, Lake Thor the middle, and Naruma Guy's back there on the inside. They've got away now from Jagabar as they head towards the last fence. It's Around the Neck, Lake Thor a length in front of Naruma Guy, 2 or 3 Jagabar. Malice can't go on. Last fence comes up, and Around the Neck jumped it well. Landed 3/4 to Lake Thor. 1 down is Yo-Yo Joe, then Jagabar from Naruma Guy. The outside, Around the Neck and Neck in front. Lake Thor fighting back. They've got it between them. It's on the outside here, Around the Neck. Lake Thor rallying again, the Tasmanian. Lake Thor grabbing Around the Neck. Lake Thor Around the Neck, and Lake Thor is going to win the chase. Wins it a neck, 2 Around the Neck. 4 away, 3rd Naruma Guy, then Jagabar, Wild Trista, Summer Bay. Further back in the race then Palace Symphony. Malice didn't come on. Just coming in now is Knock It Off. The grey Kel's Tower is tailed off, and Yo-Yo Joe went down at the last fence.
Almost said Belmont. Sandown, 7 Lake Thor, 11.40, 270. 4 Around the Neck at 3.10. 5 Naruma Guy, 270.
7 Lake Thor, 8.50, 2.10. 4 Around the Neck to return, 2.90, and 5 Naruma Guy, $2.90. Triple SFM, the good sports on the National Racing Service. We clear totes. Gold Coast race 3, 135. 1 was the winner.
Off in the freshest group handicap, and Crestfallen was the best to begin. Away very, very speedily was Moss Vale. Romano 3rd from Little Errol, Wicked Burrito. And then Zabpur closely attended by Star of Kimberley and 2 lengths to Prenuptial. Crestfallen is the leader as they travel 300 metres, a half length on Moss Vale. Little Errol is running 3rd, Romano at his girth on the inside, then Wicked Burrito, followed by Star of Kimberley. Zabpur, the second pick, is second last and a length and a half to Prenuptial. Crestfallen races on past the 1,000 metres with a lead of 3/4 to a half length on Moss Vale, just niggling it away at the favourite. In 3rd position